The whistle pierced the air like a knife through flesh, and Tyler's voice boomed over the field. "Cody, you worthless sack of shit. Run it again until your legs give out." His eyes locked on mine, not with fire, but with something colder, a disdain that hit harder than any tackle. I stumbled back into position, heart pounding not from the sprints, but from the way his gaze lingered just a second too long, stripping me bare under the stadium lights. It was freshman orientation week at Easton University, a sprawling campus in upstate New York where autumn leaves turned the quad into a postcard from some forgotten American dream. I'd come here on a partial scholarship for track, but football was the religion, and Tyler Hale was its unforgiving god. Captain of the Easton Eagles, senior year, built like a linebacker with shoulders that could carry the weight of a small town. Blonde hair cropped military short, blue eyes sharp as the Adirondack winters. Everyone whispered about him. All-American prospect, straight-A psych major, the guy who'd lead us to nationals or die trying. Me? I was the scrawny newbie from a nowhere suburb in Ohio, the one they called City Boy, because I talked too fast and ran like I was escaping something. Which I was. That first practice, I thought it was hazing. Tyler had me doing suicides, sprint to the 10, back to the goal line, repeat, while the rest of the team cooled down with Gatorade and trash talk. "Faster. Cody, you gonna cry to mommy?" His laugh was a bark, echoing off the bleachers, but when I collapsed at his feet, gasping, he crouched down, helmet off, sweat dripping from his jaw. Our eyes met, and for a heartbeat, the field vanished. It was just us, his breath hot on my face, the scent of grass and musk, that flicker in his pupils like a storm cloud cracking open. Then he shoved me away. "Get up. Weakness isn't welcome here." I hauled myself vertical, legs jelly, but that look haunted me through the locker room haze of steam and Axe body spray. The guys ribbed me. "Captain's got a hard-on for busting your balls. Fresh meat." But I knew it wasn't that. Or maybe it was exactly that. I'd buried my own secrets deep since high school, the kind that made family dinners awkward and proms a solo affair. Gay in a world of gridiron glory, it was like painting a target on your back. But Tyler, God, he was the target I couldn't look away from. By week 2, I was hooked. Practices blurred into a rhythm of pain and proximity. Tyler ran drills like a drill sergeant, barking orders that made grown men flinch, but he'd always circle back to me. Eyes on the ball, not the horizon. "Cody," or, softer, when no one was listening, "Form's off. Fix it before you snap something." His hands would adjust my stance, fingers brushing my hips, lingering on the waistband of my shorts. Electric. Dangerous. I'd nod, mute, pretending it was nothing, but my pulse thrummed like a bass line in a dive bar. Off the field, Easton was a bubble of Americana. Frat houses with Greek letters glowing neon, tailgates where pickup trucks blasted Springsteen, bonfires where stories of glory days drowned out the loneliness. I roomed in Harper Hall with Jake, a lanky sophomore from Texas who chain-smoked Camels and dreamed of med school. "Tyler's a machine. Man," he'd say over late-night pizza. "But word is, he cracked last year. Some chick from sorority row ghosted him after homecoming." Explains the Ice King vibe. I wanted to believe it was a girl. It would have made sense. Kept the walls up. But one rainy Thursday, after a scrimmage that left us mud-caked and bruised, Tyler cornered me in the equipment shed. The door creaked shut behind us, rain drumming on the tin roof like impatient fingers. "You're holding the team back," he growled. towering over me, his jersey clinging to every ridge of muscle. Sloppy footwork, distracted head. Fix it, or I'll cut you myself. My mouth went dry. I'm trying, Captain. It's just what? He stepped closer. Close enough I could see the flecks of green in his blue eyes, the faint scar above his lip from some childhood wipeout. His voice dropped, a whisper that wasn't anger. You think you can waltz in here and play like it's Pee-wee? This is Easton. This is real. I swallowed, the air thick with the tang of wet leather and unspoken wants. I know. I see you out there, pushing us all. You're incredible. The word slipped out, raw, and his face twisted, shock, then fury. Save the ass-kissing for the coaches. He shoved past me, shoulder clipping mine hard enough to sting. But as the door slammed, I caught it, that backward glance, eyes wide, like he'd seen a ghost. Or a mirror. Nights blurred after that. I'd lie in my bunk, staring at the ceiling cracks that mapped like veins, replaying every barked command, every accidental brush. Jake noticed. You got a death wish, mooning over Tyler? Guy's straighter than a ruler. But Jake didn't see the way Tyler's commands softened when the team dispersed. How he'd toss me an extra water bottle with a gruff hydrate. Idiot. Or the time during film study, when the projector flickered and our knees knocked under the table. Neither of us moved, breaths sinking in the dark. Fall deepened, leaves crunching under cleats like brittle bones. The first game loomed, rivals from Syracuse, a bloodbath under Friday night lights. Tyler amped the intensity, practices turning brutal. One evening, as the sun dipped low over the pines, painting the field in bruised purples, he pulled me aside after suicides. You're improving, he muttered, almost reluctant, wiping mud from his hands on his thighs. Keep it up. Thanks. I risked it, met his eyes. Coming from you, that means something. He held my gaze, jaw tight, then looked away. Don't read into it. Just do your job. But I did read into it. Every night, in the quiet of my dorm, I traced the lines of his face in my mind, wondering what it would take to crack that armor. Little did I know, the first fracture was coming not from me, but from the shadows he hid deeper than I ever could. The Syracuse game hit like a freight train. Kickoff under a sky-spitting sleet, the crowd a roaring sea of scarlet and gold. I was third string, warming the bench with the scrubs, but Tyler was electric, sacking the QB twice in the first quarter, his roar echoing like thunder. We were up 14-7 at half, but the second half turned vicious. Fumbles, penalties, the works. With 2 minutes left, tied at 21, Tyler took a helmet to the ribs on a blitz. He hit the turf hard, curling fetal, the stadium holding its breath. I was up in a flash, trainers forgotten, dropping beside him. Tyler, hey, talk to me. His face was ashen, lips bloodless, but his hand clamped my wrist, vice grip, eyes boring into mine with a desperation that stole my air. Don't. Tell them I'm down, he rasped, breath ragged. Get me up. You're cracked a rib. At least. Let the docs. No. Fiercer now, his fingers digging in, warm against my pulse. Promise me, Cody. Not weak. I nodded, throat tight, hauling him vertical as the crowd chanted his name. He leaned on me more than he'd admit, our sides pressed, hearts hammering in sync. We made it to the sideline, him waving off the concern with a grin that didn't reach his eyes. Final play. He stiff-armed a defender, scored the game winner. Heroes welcome. Slaps on the back. Beer showers in the locker room. But later, alone in the training room, ice packs blooming blue on his torso, he found me restocking tape. You kept your word. His voice was low, stripped of command. He sat on the table, shirt rucked up, bruises flowering like dark roses across his skin. Couldn't let you look weak. I busied my hands, but they trembled. Not you. He watched me, silent. Then, why do you care so much? The question hung, heavy as the humidity. I could have lied, team spirit, rookie loyalty. Instead, because every time you look at me like I'm nothing, it feels like you're seeing everything. His breath hitched. The room shrank, the hum of fluorescence fading. He reached out, tentative, fingers grazing my forearm, soft, exploratory. Cody. The door banged open, Jake, hollering about the after-party. Tyler yanked back, mask slamming down. Out! He snapped at me, but his eyes pleaded stay. I left, heart a war drum, the touch burning like a brand. That night, at the kegger in Sigma Chi, bass thumping through the walls, I drowned in cheap natty light, watching Tyler hold court. He laughed too loud at the girls' jokes, arms slung around a cheerleader named Brooke. But his glances my way were daggers, accusing, hungry. Around 2 a.m., the party thinned, bodies strewn like fallen soldiers. I slipped out for air, porch steps creaking under my weight, the October chill biting through my hoodie. Footsteps. Tyler, swaying slightly, beer in hand. You avoiding me? No. Just processing. He slumped beside me, close enough our shoulders brushed. The street lamp cast his face in gold, softening the edges. That in there, the training room, it was nothing. Adrenaline. Painkillers. Liar. The word escaped, bold from the buzz. You felt it too. His laugh was bitter, smoke from his exhale curling like a secret. Felt what? You're a distraction, Cody. A goddamn liability. Then why am I the one you push hardest? Why do you look at me like you want to break me or... Shut up. He surged forward, hand fisting my hoodie, yanking me close. Our faces inches apart, breaths mingling beer and mint and want. His eyes searched mine, wild. Then he kissed me. It was clash, not caress, teeth nipping, tongues warring, his free hand cupping my neck like he'd never let go. The world tilted, porch spinning, stars wheeling overhead. Kissed back, fierce, pouring every stolen glance into it. He tasted like victory and regret, pulling me onto his lap, hands roaming under my shirt, mapping ribs and scars. Then tires crunching gravel. Headlights swept the porch. Tyler shoved me off, scrambling up, face paling. Go. Now. I bolted through the side yard, heart in my throat, the kiss a live wire under my skin. Behind me, voices, Brooke's giggle, Tyler's forced laugh. Just the pledges being idiots. I didn't sleep. Dawn broke gray and unforgiving, the campus stirring with hangover groans. Practice was hell. Tyler's commands sharper, his eyes avoiding mine like plague. Suicides. All of you, double for the slackers. But when I dropped, bent, he was there, hauling me up roughly. Not again, Cody. Don't make me regret. Regret what? I hissed, low, as the team jogged laps. His grip tightened. Last night was a mistake. Won't happen again. It stung worse than turf burn. Your mistake, Captain. The week dragged, tension coiling like a spring. Midterms loomed, psych notes blurring with fantasies of Tyler's hands. His reluctant confessions. Jake cornered me one night. Spill it, man. You're lovesick or something. Worse, I admitted, half drunk on dorm wine. It's Tyler. His eyes bugged. Holy shit. You're brave or stupid. Guy's got a rep, dated half the Delta Gammas, but rumors say he's experimenting. Frat brothers caught him with a dude last spring. He denied it, beat the shit out of the guy spreading it. My stomach dropped. Who? Doesn't matter. Point is, Tyler's locked down. Closet case supreme. I filed it away, but it gnawed. Friday brought the Cornell game, rivalry week. Bonfires raging, the air electric with chant and chant. Tyler was a beast. 3 picks, leading us to a 28-10 rout. Post-game, the party was biblical, keg stands, jello shots, bodies grinding to trap beats. I stuck to the edges, nursing a solo cup, when Brooke sidled up, all glossy hair and perfume. Tyler's asking for you. Upstairs. My pulse spiked. Trap? Temptation? I climbed the sticky stairs. Frat house reeking of stale beer and desperation. Tyler's room. Posters of Brady and Breeze. A neat desk piled with textbooks. Bed unmade like an invitation. He was shirtless. Towel around his waist. Fresh from a shower, water beating on his chest. That bruise fading to yellow. Lock the door, he said, voice rough. I did, leaning against it. Thought you regretted it. I do. He crossed the room in 2 strides, backing me to the wood. Regret how much I want this. His mouth crashed into mine, hungrier than the porch, hands stripping my shirt, nails raking my back. We tumbled to the bed, a tangle of limbs and gasps, his body heavy, perfect, moving against mine with a rhythm that felt like fate. Fuck, Cody. He groaned into my neck. You undo me. It was raw, reverent, skin on skin, whispers in the dark, his walls crumbling with every thrust. After, tangled in sheets that smelled of him, Irish spring and ambition, he traced my collarbone. This can't leave this room. I know, but as he drifted off, arms slung over my waist, I wondered how long we could keep the world out. Monday morning hit like a hangover from hell. Classes droning, coffee bitter, Tyler's absence from practice a screaming void. Coach called it rest for the ribs, but the team buzzed, whispers of scouts sniffing around, NFL dreams dangling like carrots. I kept my head down, lacing cleats tighter, but every glance at his empty spot on the sideline twisted the knife. Jake nudged me during weights. Captain's MIA? Bet he's schmoozing agents. Or nursing that ego. By Wednesday, he was back, stoic, barking drills with renewed fury. Our eyes met across the huddle, a spark that singed, but he looked away first, jaw set. After, in the lot, he caught my elbow. My place. 9 p.m. No one sees. The frat house loomed like a monument to bad decisions, Greek pillars mocking my nerves. I slipped in the back, past snoring pledges, up to his room. Tyler waited, door cracked, pulling me inside with a hand over my mouth. Quiet, he murmured, but his kiss was anything but deep, devouring, like he'd starved for it. Nights blurred into a secret syllabus. Stolen hours in his bed. Bodies mapping each other under the glow of his desk lamp. He talked then. Barriers low. Growing up in Buffalo. Dad a steelworker who drank too much. Mom the church piano player who prayed away his phases. I was 12 when I knew, he confessed one night, fingers laced with mine. Kissing Tommy Riley behind the bleachers. Felt right. Then Dad found out, beat the confusion out of me with a belt. Said it'd make a man of me. I held him as he shook, kissing the scars hidden under ink. A soaring eagle on his shoulder. Wings spread like freedom he couldn't grasp. You're man enough, Tyler. More than. He laughed. Soft. Pulling me closer. With you. Yeah. But out there, it's armor or annihilation. Our rhythm deepened. Mornings of avoidance on the field, where his scorn was sharper to mask the softness. Afternoons of psych lectures, where I'd catch him staring across the auditorium, a half-smile tugging his lip. We'd text in code. Film review at mine? Code for unraveling in his arms. Laughter mixing with moans as he pinned me down, whispering my name like a prayer. Easton Thanksgiving was a spectacle. Turkey trots through falling snow, families flooding the quad with Tupperware and tails. I flew home to Ohio, Mom's meatloaf, Dad's awkward pats, but my mind was in Tyler's texts. Miss your smart mouth. Back on campus. The first snow dusted the pines. Practices in the dome echoing with ghosts of summer. Tyler surprised me post-drill, tossing a snowball that exploded on my neck. Payback for that hip check. I tackled him into a drift, our laughter muffled by scarves, bodies warming against the cold. It was pure, innocent, almost, until his eyes darkened, gloved hands framing my face. Come home with me. Break. Buffalo? Your folks. They're gone till New Year's. Say yes. The drive was 4 hours of classic rock and stolen glances. I-90 cutting through blizzards like a vein. His childhood home. A squat rancher on a cul-de-sac. Faded flag on the porch. Driveway empty. Inside. It smelled of pine sol and pot roast. Mom's touches everywhere. Cross-stitched samplers preaching virtue. Tyler's room. Twin bed under a bear's pennant. Walls papered with high school trophies. We made love slow that night. Candles flickering from a scavenged menorah. Ironic, he said, for a lapsed Catholic. His body moved like waves on Lake Erie. Steady, consuming. After, wrapped in quilts his grandma pieced, he traced my tattoos, a compass on my wrist, pointing nowhere. What's your story? City boy, I told him, the divorce at 10, Mom's string of boyfriends who eyed me funny, the track coach in junior year who cornered me in the showers, hand on my shoulder too long. Ran faster after that. Away from everything. He kissed the words away. Not from me. Never. Buffalo was a revelation. Walks along the waterfront. Wind whipping off the lake. Hot dogs from corner carts steaming in the freeze. We played house. Grocery runs for Lucky Charms and beer. Netflix marathons of old westerns. His laughter booming when I butchered Eastwood impressions. One night, snowbound, he cooked chili from his mom's recipe, burning the garlic but nailing the spice. Over bowls at the Formica table, he cracked open. I applied to the combine. Scouts loved the tape. Pride of Easton. I clinked my spoon to his. NFL bound. His smile faltered. What about you? After graduation? Coaching? Maybe. Or grad school? Anywhere but back to Ohio. West Coast. Teasing. But his eyes searched. Or buffalo, if the captain orders it. He pulled me across the table, kissing me messy over the remnants. Order accepted. It was bliss, fragile as fresh powder. But reality intruded. A call from coach, team banquet in a week, media swarming. Tyler hung up, face clouding. Gotta play the part. Brooks coming as my date. The name landed like a slap. Date. Cover. She's cool, knows it's PR. He cupped my face. Doesn't mean shit, but it gnawed. Back at Easton, the banquet loomed. Black ties in the alumni hall, chandeliers dripping light like honey. I went stag, nursing ginger ale in a corner, watching Tyler charm the room, arm around Brooks' waist, laugh polished. His eyes found mine across the crowd, apologetic, then shuddered when a booster clapped his back. Later, in the valet line, Brooke cornered me, heels clicking like accusations. He's using you, you know. Thinks you're safe. Some experiment before the big leagues. Back off. Heat rose, fists clenching. She smirked, lipstick aslash. Ask him about spring formal. The guy he left bleeding in the parking lot. I shoved past, storming into the night, snow swirling like confetti from hell. Tyler caught up blocks away, grabbing my arm. Cody. Wait, who was it? I whirled, voice cracking. The one you beat for talking? His face drained. How? Doesn't matter. Was I next? When the scouts call, do I get the fists too? No. Desperate. He yanked me into an alley, shadows swallowing us. It was me defending myself. He outed me to the team, drunk and spiteful. I swung first, but he lied, said I started it over a girl. Ruined him, but it kept my secret. I searched his eyes, seeing the boy from Buffalo, belt scars and all. And now, with us, now, he kissed me fierce, against brick that bit our spines. Now I fight for this. We stumbled to his room, shedding coats and lies, reclaiming each other in the quiet. But seeds of doubt sprouted. Texts from Brooke, he's mine postseason. Jake's warnings, frats talk, man. Words out. Practices amped for playoffs. Tyler's intensity ablade. Push harder. Cody. Can't carry dead weight. Pushed. Bled. But the glances soured. His scorn a shield. Mine a wound. One drill. I snapped. After a fumbled handoff, I charged him. What the hell? Captain? Afraid I'll trip your perfect facade. He shoved me back. Helmeted heads inches apart. Field's not the place. Then when you're done playing house with blondes. Teammates hooted, thinking it banter, but his eyes blazed. Dismissed. All of you. Locker room cleared tense. Me lingering. Tyler stripped his pads. Back to me. Muscles knotted. You don't get it. One slip, and it's over, for both of us. I get it. I stepped close, hands on his shoulders. But hiding kills slower than outing. He turned, vulnerable, pulling me into the showers, steam hissing, water cascading as we kissed under the spray, uniforms sodden. I love you, he whispered, first time, against my throat. Fuck the world. Mended us, temporarily. Playoffs dawned. First round versus Pitt, a grinder in pouring rain. Tyler was mythic, mud-smeared, unyielding, dragging us to overtime victory. I scored the clincher, a sprint down sideline that had the crowd insane. Post-game, in the frenzy, he hugged me too long, public but deniable. Proud, he mouthed. The high carried to semis. Versus Rutgers, under dome lights blazing like judgment. We dominated, 35-14, Tyler's arm a cannon. But in the fourth, disaster, a blindside hit, his knee buckling ugly. Carted off, helmet cradled, the stadium groaned. I rode with him to the ER, hand in his under the blanket. Torn ACL, the doc said later, sterile white room smelling of antiseptic lies. Season over. Rehab's a bitch. Tyler stared at the ceiling, silent tears tracking. I climbed beside him, holding tight. We'll fight it together. His laugh was hollow. Fight? I'm done. No combine, no draft. Just this, echoed, heart fracturing. You, us, he turned, eyes fierce. If you'll have a broken captain, always, we kissed soft, monitors beeping our vow. Rehab started grim, PT sessions in the athletic center, Tyler gritting through agony, me spotting his lifts, wiping sweat. Off days, we'd hole up movies, take out from Dino Barbecue, his head on my lap as I read psych notes aloud. Freud says repression's a killer, I tease. He'd grin, weak but real. Then screw repression, but the team fractured without him. Losses piling, morale tanking. Whispers turned to shouts. Captain soft, benched himself. Brooke circled, helping with meals that came with strings. One night, she texted me a photo. Tyler, arm around her at a bar. Caption, real men heal with company. I confronted him next PT. Voice shaking. What's this? Nothing. She showed up. PR for the boosters. But guilt shadowed his eyes. PR? Or covering again? Cody. No. I stormed out. Snow crunching under boots. Betrayal a blizzard in my chest. He caught me in the lot. Crutches clattering. Wait, Sue. Always. She's a ghost from before. Then haunt her away. Tears hot. I shoved past. Days of silence stretched. Practices mechanical. My runs fueled by rage. Jake mediated. He's spiraling. Man. Lost his future. Cut him slack. But slack felt like surrender. The championship loomed without Tyler. A hollow prize. Final practice. Eve of the game. He cornered me in the tunnel. Dark. Echoing with ghosts. I fucked up. Let me fix it. How? Bitter. Arms crossed. After the game. Win or lose. I'm coming out. For us. My heart stuttered. You sure? Terrified. But yeah. He kissed me then. Desperate. Promising. The championship against Virginia Tech was Armageddon under floodlights. Turf slick with February melt. Crowd a howling beast. Without Tyler's steal, we faltered, early fumbles, defense leaking like a sieve. I ran ragged, legs burning, every sprint a tribute to stolen nights. Halftime. Down 17-10, coach's clipboard splintering against the wall. Fight like Hale's watching. He was in spirit, crutches propped in the family section, eyes locked on me like lasers. Third quarter turned. I broke a 40-yard dash, tying it, the roar shaking my bones. Overtime. Mud-caked chaos. My handoff to the QB sealing 24-21. Victory, confetti blizzard. Teammates piling on. But I scanned for him. Tyler met me at the tunnel mouth, pulling me into shadows, crutches discarded. You were fire, he breathed, kissing me fierce amid the din. My hero. We celebrated quiet. His room, champagne pilfered from the banquet stash, bodies celebrating skin to skin. Tomorrow, he vowed, tracing my jaw. Press conference. Full disclosure. Dawn brought doubt. His texts frantic. Coach called. Boosters freaking. Postpone. I urged no. But by noon, radio silence. The team party raged at the Rat. Easton's dive bar staple. Neon Miller signs buzzing like bad omens. I nursed a bud. Jake shotgunning beside me. When Brooke slithered up, Tyler in tow, her arm looped possessive. Congrats. Runner boy. Her smile venom. Tyler avoided my eyes, mumbling good game. The betrayal gutted me. I bailed early. Streets silver with street lamp glow. Snow flurries dancing mockery. Dorm empty. Jake out carousing. I curled fetal. Sobs racking like fever. Midnight knock. Tyler. Disheveled. Breath whiskey sharp. Let me in. No. Muffled through wood. Please. Crack in the armor. I cracked the door. He hobbled in, collapsing on my bed. I couldn't. Coach cornered me. Said outing now tanks the program. Scholarships. Everything. Think of the boys. And me? You're everything? You are. Desperate. Hands reaching. Give me time. Time's the thief. Paced. Rage and love warring. You promised. I know. Tears now. Unashamed. I'm scared. Cody. What if I lose it all? And you? You already lost me. The lie burned. But I shoved him toward the door. Go play straight-laced savior. He left. Crutches echoing hollow. Spring thawed slow. Campus blooming azaleas and avoidance. Tyler rehabbed vicious. Back on field light drills by March. But our worlds diverged. Me buried in midterms. Him in scout meetings. Glances across quad were daggers, his pleading, mine iced. Jake tried bridging. He's a mess. Dude. Won't touch Brooke. Holes up with game film. Talks about you nonstop. Too late. But nights. Alone. I'd replay his confessions. The curve of his smile in buffalo snow. April brought the draft lottery. Tyler's name absent. Knee a scarlet letter. He spiraled. Parties turning sloppy. Punches thrown at frat bros who needled. One night, Jake dragged me to a rager at Delta Tau. Bass thumping like heart attacks. Tyler center vortex. Shirtless. Shots lined up. Brooke grinding against him like a claim. I turned to leave. He spotted me. Shoving through. Cody, wait. Piss drunk. He grabbed my wrist. Dance with me. You're wasted. So, he pulled me close. Bodies swaying to the beat. His heat seeping through denim. Miss this. Miss you. Stop. But my hands betrayed. Fisting his shirt. Upstairs bathroom. Door locked. Sink edge biting my hips as he kissed me sloppy. Needy. Want you. Always. Hands fumbling belts. Urgency born of ache. After. Slumped against tile. He whispered. I'm trying. Therapy coming out to the team doc. Slow. But real. I softened. Thumbing his lip. Slow's okay. But honest. Summer loomed. Contracts ending. I scored an internship at a NYC track camp. Tyler, PT gig in Buffalo. Last night on campus. Bonfire by the lake. Fireflies winking like conspirators. We slipped away to the boathouse. Wood creaking under us as we made love slow. Lake lapping lullaby. I'll call every day, he promised. forehead to mine. This isn't goodbye. See you in the falls, I echoed, believing it. Separation sharpened the edge. Texts evolving to calls, his voice gravelly over static. Rehab's hell, but picturing your face gets me through. I'd run Central Park paths, phone on speaker, his laughs echoing off skyscrapers. Fall semester dawn changed. Tyler returning hobbled but hopeful, me tanned and distant. Practices awkward, his captaincy reinstated, but commands laced with deference. Good form, Cody. Keep it tight. Post-drill. He'd linger. Coffee? Neutral ground. We met at the beanery, mugs steaming between us. Therapy's working, he said, stirring sugar absently. Doc says own the fear. So, dinner, my treat, no hiding. First date, Italian joint off campus, candles flickering on checkered cloths. He wore a button-down, collar open, vulnerable. Over tiramisu, he took my hand. I love you. Not as cover, not as experiment. As truth, tears pricked. Love you too. Scars and all. We rebuilt brick by brick. Study dates in the library. Knees brushing under tables. Weekend drives to Niagara. Mist cloaking our kisses. The team noticed. Jake's grin knowing. Others ribbing. Captain's got a soft spot for the sprinter. Tyler shut it down gentle. Mind your lanes. But shadows lingered. November chill brought the annual alumni gala. Suits and schmooze. Boosters eyeing Tyler like chum. Brooke was there. Dateless. Orbiting sharp. Midway, she cornered him by the bar. Still playing pretend? Scouts whisper. You know. About that freshman fling. His face stone. Walk away. Brooke. Or what? Tell them how you cried after dumping him. Venom dripped. I overheard from the shadows. Blood roaring. Stepped forward. He didn't dump me. You did your lies. Your games. Heads turned. Brooke flushed. Hissing. Prove it. Fairy. Tyler exploded. Enough. Voice booming. Room hushing. She's lying. Cody's. He's mine. And yeah, I'm gay. Deal with it. Silence crashed like cymbals. Boosters gaped. Teammates frozen. Tyler grabbed my hand, interlacing fingers. Anyone got a problem? Say it now. Crickets. Then Jake. About time. Cap. Cheers erupted. Awkward but real. Slaps on backs. Toasts raised. We left to applause. Night air crisp. His arm around me. Free, he breathed, kissing my temple. Finally, winter quarter tested. Media vultures circling. Articles in the campus rag. Hale comes out. Easton's bold captain. Hate mail trickled. Slurs scrawled on his Jeep, but support swelled. Rainbow stickers on lockers. Psych profs inviting him to panels. Through it, we anchored. Valentine's in his room. Roses wilting on the sill as we laughed over bad poetry. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Your knee sucks. But I love you. Spring bloomed triumphant. Tyler's rehab miracle. Light jogs by May. Nationals track meet. Me anchoring the 4x100. Him in the stands. Crutches gone. Roaring my name. We medaled gold. Confetti raining as he swept me up. Binning. My champion. Graduation June heat. Caps airborne. Families cheering. Tyler walked, psych degree in hand. Draft dreams deferred but not dead. Post-ceremony. Quad picnic, his folks there. Mom hugging me tight. Heard so much. Dad gruff handshake evolving to proud of you both. Summer postgrad me in NYC coaching. Him PT in Buffalo. Weekends blurring the miles Amtrak rides. Lake picnics. One August Eve. Waterfront sunset bleeding orange. He dropped to one knee ring simple. Silver band etched with an eagle. Marry me, Cody. Not despite the world, because we beat it. Tears blurred the view. Yes. God. Yes. The engagement party was small. Jake DJing. Dino ribs. Lake breeze carrying toasts. To the strict captain who scorned us all, but pulled us closer. Laughter echoed. Tyler's hand in mine. Every look a promise kept. But bliss, American style, came with footnotes. Tyler's knee rehab hit a plateau. Swelling stubborn. Doc's muttering surgery. Second opinion in Pittsburgh, he announced over FaceTime. Face drawn. I drove the 5 hours. Waiting room coffee vending sludge. His hand clammy in mine during consults. Arthroscopy, the ortho decreed. Chalkboard diagrams of ligaments like abstract art. 6 weeks out. Then build back. Tyler nodded stoic. But in the motel that night, cheap chain off the turnpike. SC rattling like bones, he shattered. What if it's over? No more field. No more. Me. I pulled him close. Sheets tangling. You're more than cleats. You're the guy who taught me to run toward, not away. Surgery was clinical brutality. Wheeled in pre-dawn. Out groggy and griping. Recovery in Buffalo. His mom's attic guest room. Me crashing on the pullout. Nursing him through opioids and ice packs. Days blurred. PBS marathons. His guilty Downton Abbey phase. Walks on the eerie towpath. His crutch tapping Morse code of frustration. One afternoon. Rain lashing windows. He cracked open the drawer. Old yearbooks. Dog-eared photos. Look at this. A Polaroid. Teen Tyler. Arm around a lanky kid with my eyes. Tommy Riley. Faded ink. Buffalo's original bad boy. He smiled wistful. Went to juvie sophomore year. Overdosed last fall. Grief hit sideways. You blame yourself? Every day. Voice thick. Pushed him away to fit Dad's mold. If I'd been braver. Hey! I cupped his face. You're brave now. That's what counts. Nights. We'd make love gentle, his body healing. Mine worshipful, whispers weaving futures. Coaching gigs together. Maybe a podcast on sports psych. Out on the field. Fall found us back east. Tyler adjuncting at Easton. Me grad assistant for track. Campus had evolved, rainbow flags permanent. GSA meetings packed. But alumni grumbled. Funding cuts whispered. Boosters boycotting games. Hale's scandal, they sneered. Tyler shrugged it off. But it wore. Lectures disrupted by hecklers. Emails laced with slurs. Ignore the noise, I'd say, rubbing his shoulders post-class. Easier said, but he leaned in. Resilient. Thanksgiving redux. His folks' table groaning turkey. My mom zooming from Ohio. Proud. Boys, pass the pie. Post-feast. Bundled against lake-effect snow. We skated the rink, him wobbly on blades. Me steadying. Laughter freezing on lashes. Christmas was magic. Tree in our off-campus apartment. First lease together. Lights twinkling on ornaments from his grandma. My compass tattoo inked on a bauble. Gifts modest. Leather journal for his ramblings. Track spikes customized with Hale's shadow. New Year's Eve. Rooftop party. City fireworks blooming like hopes. His toast slurring sweet. To us, against all wills. Winter deepened resolve. but cracks spidered. Tyler's knee rebelled, PT sessions ending in curses, a limp shadowing his stride. "One more scope," Doc said, but optimism frayed. Nights, he'd pace, psych texts open to trauma chapters. "Feel like I'm failing you." "Never." I'd pull him to bed, bodies aligning like puzzle pieces. "We're building, not breaking." Spring brought renewal. Easton's Pride Parade, us marching arm in arm, rainbow lays choking the route. Tyler spoke, mic trembling, words steady. "Coming out wasn't easy, but love, that's the real win." Cheers thundered, his hand squeezing mine. Alive. Post-parade, coffee shop debrief, barista sliding free lattes, strangers high-fiving. "Feels good," he admitted, foam on his lip. Real, but reality bit back. Summer internship for me in Boston, sports psych fellowship. Ironic echo. Tyler stayed Buffalo, ramping PT. Distance tested, calls clipped by exhaustion, texts laced with "miss you," but edged busy week. Mid-July, a call shattered, crashed the Jeep. Knee locked on the curve, totaled, heart stopped. Hospital? Now. ER says fine, whiplash, bruises. But the knee. Re-injured. Flights booked frantic. Me landing amid humidity haze. He waited in a curtained bay. Neck brace absurd. Eyes hollow. Stupid. Distracted, thinking about us. The future. I kissed his forehead. Antiseptic sharp. Futures now. We're okay. Rehab reset. Months more. Frustration boiling. He snapped at small things, burnt toast. My late runs. Can't even protect you from my mess. Protect. I laughed bitter. We're equals. Tyler. Or was that bullshit? His face crumpled. Never bullshit. Just scared I'll drag you down. Don't fight with me. We did, arguments flaring like summer storms. Makeup sex fierce. Reaffirming. August mended. Beach trip to Cape Cod. Sand dollars for luck. Waves crashing confessions. Marry me soon, he urged. Salt-crusted. Before I chicken. September, I countered. Leaves turning. Like us. Wedding planning was chaos Americana. Venue hunt in the Finger Lakes. Vineyard with gabled barn. Vines heavy with promise. Invites quirky. Save the dates with our Polaroid. From Scorned to forever. Jake best man. Finally. Cap, vows or bust. His mom fussing cake flavors. My folks road tripping up. Bachelorette fused. Guys' night at a Bill's tailgate. Beers and wings. Mine with track girls. Spa day turning tipsy truth or dare. Rehearsal dinner. Lakeside pavilion. Toasts roasting Tyler's strict phase. From barking orders to begging forgiveness. Night before. Alone in the inn. Nerves jangling. What if it's too soon? He whispered. Sheets whispering back. Too late, I teased. Hand on his heart. You're stuck. Dawn wedding. September gold. Vines arching like blessings. He in slim navy suit. Me gray with a pocket square eagle-stitched. Vows under oaks. You pulled me closer. Against every will but ours. Rings exchanged. Simple bands now engraved always. Kiss ceiling amid cheers. Honeymoon. Road trip route 66 echoes. Chicago blues bars. Grand Canyon sunsets. Motel nights tangled in wanderlust. This is us, he'd say. Arm over the console. Freewheeling. Back to reality. Co-op apartment in Syracuse. Me grad school. Him private practice starting, sports counseling for queer athletes. Clients trickled. A wrestler outed mid-season. A swimmer grappling identity. Tyler thrived. Stories shared over dinners. Today's kid? Mirror of me at 18. Told him run toward the light. Pride swelled. Fall deepened. Easton's homecoming. Us alumni guests. His old jersey retired halftime. Crowd chanting hail. Hail. Post-game. Field walk under lights. Ghosts of first glances. Full circle, he murmured, hand in mine. But winter whispered warnings. His knee aching chronic. A dull throb chasing cold snaps. Maybe coaching full-time, he mused, rubbing the scar. Pass the torch. With me, hope-laced. Always. Holiday season amplified. Joint family Thanksgiving. His Buffalo clan. My Ohio extended. Tables groaning eclectic. Dad's football yarns meshed with his steel mill tales. Mom's bonding over pie crusts. Christmas Eve. Tree trimming ritual. Ornaments tales. Buffalo snowflake for resilience. Ohio compass for direction. New Year brought pivot. Tyler's dock cleared light coaching. Easton volunteer. Sidelines calling. First practice, hymn in whistle. Barking gentle. Eyes finding me across the turf. Like old times. Better. No scorn. Just spark. Spring bloomed careers. My thesis on athlete mental health. Citing case studies. Us. Anonymized. His practice grew, panel invites. Podcast gigs. Pride Month. Joint talk at a conference. From closet to cleats. Q&A raw with questions on betrayal. Forgiveness. You scorned him? A teen asked Tyler. Wide-eyed. Scorned myself most, he admitted, squeezing my hand. But love? It pulls truer. Summer heat wave. Anniversary trip. Revisiting the field. Picnic under bleachers. Sunset painting memories rose. 1 year, he toasted with cheap wine. To more. But August storm brewed. A client crisis. Young QB suicidal post-outing. Tyler pulling all-nighters counseling. I supported, but tension simmered. You're saving the world. Forgetting us? Not forgetting. Exhausted. He pulled me close. Saving us too. Reconciliation raw. Weekend unplug. Cabin in the Catskills, hikes healing. Nights reaffirming vows. Fall harvest. Easton's season kickoff. Tyler assistant coach now. Me track head. Game night. Victory under lights. His strategy sealing the win. Post-game huddle. Team's ours, he grinned. Mud-flecked. Life layered. Holidays blending families. Vacations stacking memories. Key West Keys. Rainbow sunsets sealing sunsets. Yet, winter's grip tightened. Tyler's knee buckling mid-drill. Doc's verdict grim. End stage. Replacement or retire. Devastation slow burn. PT futile. Practices benched. Can't even run with you, he raged one night. Crutches flying. Run beside, I countered, holding through sobs. Our race, not the fields. Surgery loomed. Titanium joint. 6 months sidelined. Prep was partnership. Meal preps. Playlists for pain. His humor cracking. Cyborg captain. Scares the rookies. Up day waiting room vigil. Vows renewed in whispers. Recovery hellish, pain pumps beeping. Nights sweat-soaked. I read to him Kerouac road tales. Voices weaving dreams. Months mended. First steps unaided. Grins widening. Spring return. Light jogs. Wind in our faces. Feels new, he panted. hand in mine. Like us, I echoed. Summer solstice. Practice fields empty, us racing slow, synced, crossing lines together. Years folded like well-worn jerseys. Tyler's practice booming, a hub for LGBTQ plus athletes navigating the gridiron's glass ceilings. We'd host barbecues, backyard oases of brats and stories, clients mingling with Jake's crew, rainbows fluttering from the oaks. Safe space, Tyler called it, grill smoke curling like incense. My coaching career arced, head track at Easton, then regional circuits, mentoring kids who'd once been me, fast feet, hidden hearts. We'd carpool to meets, his voice over radio, own the lane, kid. It's yours. Anniversaries marked milestones. Second in Niagara mists, vows renewed under fall's roar. Fifth a vow to adopt, paperwork oceans, but hope buoyant. Little Hail Cody, he'd muse, hand on my belly in jest. Fast as you, stubborn as me. Family grew sideways. His niece Lily, flower-crowned at our cookouts, demanding Uncle Ty stories. We'd spin yarns, tamed for tots, of captains and comets. Winters warmed with routine, holiday markets in Syracuse, mittened hands browsing wreaths, his limp a faint echo. Knees titanium tough, he'd quip to gawkers. Matches my heart. But echoes lingered. A call from Buffalo PD. Tommy Riley's mom. Suicide note naming Tyler. Guilt's ghost. He folded inward. Sessions doubling. Nights pacing. Should have saved him. You did, I urged. Tea steaming between us. By being you now for dozens. Healing communal. Memorial run. Track club lacing up for Tommy. Tyler anchoring. Tears salting the finish. Run for the lost, he panted. Live for the found. Spring thawed. Conference keynote. Us tag teaming. Love in the locker room. Standing ovation. His hands steady in mine. Spotlight kind. Summer scorched ambitions. Tyler's book pitch. Scorned no more. A gay athlete's playbook. Agents buzzing. Writing retreats. Adirondack cabin. Me editing margins. Laughter over red lines. Your voice shines, I'd say, kissing ink-stained fingers. Fall foliage framed release. Book tour kickoff. Easton signing mobbed, teammates past and present. Inscriptions pull closer. Media mild ESPN profiles. Hale's heart, no longer scandal. Holidays heightened. Joint family cruise, Caribbean blues. His dad thawing with rum punches. Son, you built something real. My mom beaming. Boys, you're my pride. New Year pivot. Adoption approved. Foster to adopt. A brother-sister duo. Jamal and Sophia. Ages 8 and 6. Eyes wide as futures. Home study chaos. Bunk beds assembled. Storybooks stacked. First meeting. Park picnic. Jamal's shy grin over PB&J. Sophia's braids flying on swings. Family, Tyler whispered, arm around the chaos. Hours. Parenting plunged. School runs. Soccer practices. Irony noted. Bedtime battles won with tales of captains scorned but redeemed. Nights. Kids asleep. We debrief wine and wonders. Jamal's got your speed, he'd tease. Sophia. My glare. Challenges crested. Jamal's bullying. Slurs for his dads. Tyler at the principal's. Voice velvet steel. Teach inclusion. Or we walk. School bent. Assemblies followed. Our story curriculum. Sophia's questions pierced. Why two daddies? Tyler knelt. Honest. Love doesn't follow rules. it makes its own. Milestones mounted. Jamal's first track meet. Me coaching curves. Tyler timing. Sophia's school play. Us front row. Applause thunderous. 10th anniversary. Vow renewal. Vineyard vows. Kids ring bearers giggling. Still pulling closer? I asked. Rings refitted. Against every will but this, he echoed. Kiss ceiling. Book sequel birthed. Fields of family. Weaving our quartet. Tours tandem. Kids face timing from sitters. Daddy tie. Sign mine. Winter whispers tested. Tyler's titanium knee creaking. Age 40 flirting. Semi-retire? He mused. Rubbing. More books. Less bustle. With me tagging? Grin shared. Spring bloomed legacy. Easton Scholarship. Hail Cody Fund. Queer athletes funded. Ceremony. Field under blooms. Alums toasting. Our kids beaming. From scorn to scholarship. Tyler speechified. Voice cracking proud. Summer sabbatical. Cross-country drive. Route 66 real Taos drums. Canyon echoes. Kids whoops at motels. Adventure, Sophia declared. Map in tiny hands. Fall harvest home. School routines. Harvest moons lighting family walks. Holidays hummed. Extended clan converging. Tables tales tall. New Year dawn. Tyler's doc visit knee stable. Miracle man. Relief raw. Lovemaking grateful. Years layered deeper. Teens now. Jamal out as by. Our kitchen confabs calm. Love's lane. Son. Run it. Sophia's crushes. Girl or boy. Met with heart lead. Kiddo. Empty nest loomed distant. But we prepped. Travel dreams. Europe trails. Asian arts. Just us again. He'd wink. Winter's wisdom. Memoir update. Reflections raw. Scorned? Nah, summon strength. Spring circle. Easton's championship rematch. Us in stands. Kids cheering rivals long gone. Halftime. Field invite. Mike's thrust. Impromptu talk. Love's the ultimate play. Summer solstice. Lakeside cabin. Grandkids? No future ghosts. But us present. Fireflies witnesses. Fall's fire. Book 3. Pulling closer. Dedications to Cody. My will. Tours twilight. Audiences intimate. Holidays hearth. Full house. Laughter legacy. New Year's Eve. Clock tower chimes. Arms entwined. 20 years, he toasts. Every look. Worth it. Forever, I seal. Epilogue whispers. Gray at temples. Limp a badge. But hands clasped. Steps synced. Scorn's shadow fled. Love's light enduring. American as apple pie. Fierce as first kiss. In the end, it wasn't the field that defined us, but the pull beneath, two boys under stadium lights. Glances defying disdain. Building a life where every scorn softened to story. Every will bent to wonder.